We are approaching Christmas, and I got myself a gift, a Mr. Super Oz t-shirt. And honestly, that's basically how I approach what I want is I go out and get it. Want good stories? Write them. Want good art? Pay for it. But that's not what this movie review is about because it's based around a child's desire and a father's drive to get the kid what they want. And so after the open rolls, Corey and Tony from the Crack Skull podcast will be here and we will do a retro review for Jingle All the Way starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jake Lloyd, there we go, the kid who played Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Reminder, I did a review of both the Phantom, well, not both, all of the prequel trilogy, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith last week, so that's still available to go back and watch, so stay tuned for the Jingle All the Way review. You actually, that's not terrible, but yeah, if you want to come in a little.
That's not bad at
all. Okay. Okay, so now I got it. So now
what did you want?
That's Santa.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to begin, realistically, given the topic of conversation.
Yep.
Oh
What do you want for Christmas?
Well, as
Football.
as I said before the open rolled, I got myself this shirt for Christmas.
Oh, hell yeah. That's nice.
I was pretty pleased with it. My cousin's wife does screen printing, and so I was able to get it at a, I don't know, cost, I think.
Cool.
Whatever, reasonable price.
Yeah. We look kind of looked at that, and it's not overly.
It's expensive.
It's hard to make a profit, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Like the amount that you have to sell it for is like.
We just want a couple shirts for ourselves. We don't want to.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why I just got the one.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, if it's.
Well, the setup cost and everything is expensive.
If it's,
he's already kind of looked into it and stuff. So.
Yeah, it's usually after the initial cost.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
After the initial setup cost, it's not as bad.
Oh, for sure.
Because they keep that on file, and it's just boom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have her make. This is totally not about the movie, but I'm gonna have her make shirts for my upcoming book, BC Brute.
Okay.
Because, I like doing things local.
You should smell that.
Okay, I will. Oh, dang, that smells candy-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sweet, flavorful. Oh, anyway, I like doing things local. I might not be able to keep the printing of the next book local because, again, we're gonna get to movie, I promise.
Yeah.
But the first two printers I had print Everlasting Survivors both shut down. One over health issues, and the other over, I don't know, not being able to sustain basically.
Gotcha.
But
That's a shame.
yeah. But I mean, it'll still happen regardless. Think I'll make sure to keep. And I have enough connections with people. I'll find somebody to make things happen. But yeah, as far as what do you want for Christmas, I thought that was a fun way to start.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've never really been the I need this, I want this type.
Right.
But I guess as an adult, I mostly just get what I want for myself.
Exactly.
But
even as somebody's go get it.
But yeah, even as a kid, I was not really. It's because we didn't have money. I would wager, but I wasn't really. I want this or that.
Very blue collar in our household.
I can attest to that.
Yep.
What do you want? Socks?
Still blue collar in my house.
Oh my goodness, I have a question, but now I think I know the answer.
Okay.
So I have this working theory, and it's based around my wife believing in Santa Claus longer than I think was
necessary.
believe, whatever. So I have this
spoiler.
Yeah, so I have this theory that Santa is for the haves and not Santa is for the have-nots.
Yeah.
And the reason I say this is because anytime I got a gift, whether it be Christmas or birthday or whatever it was, it would be like, our money bought that.
Yeah.
We worked hard for this. I hope you appreciate that.
Yeah, it's kind of like I was my house, because we have our kids and stuff, and they were growing up. It was like, my wife wanted to put all the expensive stuff on Santa's name. Like, no. That's mom and dad's gift.
Yeah.
Shirt, underwear, stuff like that, that's Santa's gift.
Yeah. I like it, yeah. That's
one action figure. Okay, Santa brought one action figure.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I like that.
Is it Turbo Man?
No, it's not Turbo. Good segue.
Yeah, I love that. Now the presentation of Turbo Man, especially early on, when you don't realize you're watching the show or whatever, you if you don't know what the movie is,
I think that introduction was really well done.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It was of the time, especially because I could feel like that would fit perfectly in that Power Rangers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action concept with how they presented it. And no, I thought it was good. And when you pull back and you see that the actor who would go on to play Anakin Skywalker, Jake Lloyd, is watching it, what it did was it showed me that Jake Lloyd is good in small doses.
Yeah.
But he cannot be the focal point of your film.
No. Pod racer? No.
Well, it's funny. I didn't actually think the racing was the problem because he wasn't doing dialogue.
Right.
Yeah.
It's when we've got to have proper emotion.
Yeah.
When then it's like.
It always kind of reminds me of what's her name from Twilight?
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah,
smile. Show that you're scared.
I wonder if that
Same
T-shirt
facial-
exists because they have that Darth Vader every expression, like happy.
I
sad.
hope it does.
So if they have the whatever her name is, Kristen Stewart shirt where it's always the same face no matter the emotion, that'd be great.
I would wear it.
Oh, that's top
It's
quality.
like in Spaceball when Rick Moranis lifts the mask up and he's sticking his tongue out.
Man, Spaceballs is good too.
Yeah.
Love Rick Moranis.
Oh, I do too.
Sorry, back
That's
to the
okay.
movie.
Oh, we are known for our tangents.
Oh,
so.
exactly.
no, not at all.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger in this being
Arnie.
What was it, Howard?
Yes.
Yeah, Howard. He's just your normal.
Workaholic dad.
Exactly.
Yep.
He always cracks me up when this guy with this strong accent is so.
I want to see him be like a blue collar dad, not like a white collar dad where he's like taking orders and shit on the phone.
Yeah.
I want to see him like driving forklift very angry.
Yeah, I think he would fit with that.
Well, I mean, Stallone was able to do it.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
Arnold could have done it.
I do agree that it I think he would have pulled it off, but I'm struggling to think of a time when he was just blue collar, not
military.
Yeah.
Van Damme was a fire marshal at one point.
Because True Lies,
Mhm.
he's a paper pusher, not a
Yes.
hammer and nail guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's interesting
Yeah.
to think about.
There is something though that I did pick up on squirrely on in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The comedy, especially the physical comedy with him, was very reminiscent of Twins and
Oh yeah,
Kindergarten
the whole lot. He
Cop.
had those 4 movies in a row. There's just all
And-
comedy movies.
Yeah.
And it was, hey, it's an Arnold movie. Oh, this time period, it's going to be, a slight physical comedy and not being able to understand what he is saying.
Well, and I think that's the beauty of Sinbad being his rival.
Yeah.
Is he fits so perfectly in the comedy aspect of it.
The character Myron,
Oh yeah.
I swear I've had coworkers
Mhm.
just like him. Slight, what is it? Words escape me. Like conspiracy theory a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, oh my god, I used to work with somebody just like that.
Yep. Yeah, well, and the thing I really enjoyed about his presentation is he kept trying to be relatable while also doing the most over the top stuff with the
Yeah.
the bombs. It's like, wait, can you really have it both ways there, pal? Where it's like, hey, we're all the same here, and then also I'm gonna blow this place up.
Well, the joke that I thought was the funniest was, I'll go postal.
Mhm.
And it's just like,
yeah, you are a postal worker.
he is insane.
Yeah.
Well, and I find it interesting how that has seemingly gone away. So, because I know that growing up, while I didn't understand what it meant at the time,
Mm-hmm.
it was so culturally ingrained that going postal was a thing.
Yeah.
And yet nowadays, I mean, nobody says
It's a
Going-
bad word.
maybe it might be that it's a bad word, but I mean, now it seems like that the concept of the losing it is almost exclusively seen in a educational setting
Mm-hmm.
and not so much of a workplace setting.
Yeah.
Narratively, like in the news and whatnot. And I mean, obviously, it's not as easy to make the joke because it's such a sensitive location.
Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe that's why it's no longer a haha moment.
I think now, yeah,
Mhm.
because of how things have progressed, all the different things that have happened because of people mailing things.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
That, I think that's why it's kind of like, yeah, it's not as funny. Let's kind of keep it out of the
Oh,
joke
absolutely.
now.
And I'm not saying I miss it. I just found it interesting that it was prevalent and
Right.
then it was irrelevant.
Pretty much anything after 2001.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's probably what did it. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long, available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Coming soon from Gamble Comics, BC Brute. But yeah, no, I think you're right that 2001 is the kind of that bridge where it was like, this is acceptable, and now it's not.
Yeah.
Now, nope, you can't make that joke.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like, you make that joke, you're on a list.
Yeah.
And they do check it often.
Yeah.
And not even nice. I like
Yeah.
that. Oh crap.
It's stamped on your
That is
ticket.
definitely a naughty list.
So
Stamped on your ticket.
so another thing that to me really stood out in Jingle All the Way wasn't just Myron, it wasn't, Howard, but that dang neighbor who
Oh,
Ted.
Ted.
Was that Phil Hartman?
Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I miss Phil Hartman.
I like the character, but then at the same time, I don't think it was necessarily needed.
Well, of course it wasn't needed, but I'm sure we've all met somebody who just thinks they are God's gift to everything and
Yeah.
everyone.
No idea.
Yeah, no.
I'm pretty sure that between the three of us, we can name one person.
Exactly.
And we all know who that one person is.
But regardless, so I didn't mean it that way. But my point is, I thought the character was annoying but understandable because,
Yeah.
like I said, it's the type of character that you does exist in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Got my cookies.
but because of his existence, it really, I think, brought a different dynamic to the wife, because
A little bit, yeah.
had he not existed, she may have only exclusively been hurt by or upset with Arnold's character.
Mhm.
But because of the neighbor and his persistence in pursuit, and her then standing up for not just herself but her whole family by turning him away, I was like, man, that gives me that positive feeling toward her.
The eggnog routine towards the end of it, yeah, I was just like, okay, I like her.
Yeah.
As a character, I like her.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to talk about acting, over the top.
Oh, for sure.
Acting was definitely over the top, yet there were certain parts in it that made me feel like cringeworthy, like, oh my god. But it was entertaining.
Yes. Yeah, and I don't know. I tend to be more forgiving of things that are geared toward a younger audience. So, like, I am far more forgiving of anything that's animated or, like I said, aimed for before you're a teenager.
Right.
Because I was like, okay, I get it. Your audience is not exactly possibly even paying attention all that much.
Well, just like in most kids' movies, there's those innuendos.
Oh yeah,
definitely were in there.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the repetitive nature, and not in a bad way, but the constant going back to the cop jokes, the jokes toward that.
Yeah, that
that was positively hilarious.
And it's just like, oh.
Then the payoff when the cop sees that Arnold is dressed as Turbo Man it made it all
icing
worth
on the
it.
cake on
Exactly.
that one. And he was just like, ah.
That was almost Iron Man S2. It was the same colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of before Iron Man even came out and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's...
Well, and it wasn't before his existence. It was before his popularity. Yeah, because the whole reason the Avengers existed was because none of those books were selling. They're like, will you buy them if they're all together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Well, and then there's a couple of goofs that I spotted in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, motorcycle cop in the middle of winter.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that is no. And then if you notice that when Myron is driving the postal vehicle, the driver's side is on the wrong side.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't notice it, but I should have, because it always stands out, the fact that they are on the
It's always on the right-hand side, but in his, it was on the left, and I was just like, ha! That's a goof!
I like that.
I guess back and drive right-hand side.
I don't know. And then during the ball lottery, I swear that bouncy ball changed size multiple times.
Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah, that whole thing was so ridiculous. But again, because it's a kids movie, because it's meant to be over the top, I let it go. But like, man, that whole concept of like, oh, you have a ball which then makes you eligible to have the option of maybe buying a thing. I was like, my goodness, that's
twice the price.
Exactly. I was like,
and it's just like,
we don't know anything about that in the whiskey world.
No idea.
Yeah.
No lotteries there.
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, and you're right. Nowadays, it's eBay. It's like you said. I bought up the whole supply of the whiskey that came out. So the concept still remains the same, regardless of whether it's a toy or in adult life.
Even we don't have to go with whiskey. We can say toilet paper.
Yeah, that's true.
Hand sanitizer.
Paper towels.
What a weird world.
Whoa.
Crazy how things have changed within the past 10 years, hasn't it?
Yeah. Changed but stay the same.
Yeah.
Same song, different verse.
Now, I think Jim Belushi being in it as a mall Santa.
Yeah. That whole underground Santa.
That was great.
I'm glad you got that. Do you know who the little guy was?
I don't know who the little guy was.
That was Vern. That was Mimi.
I was gonna say I know who the big guy was.
Who was the guy?
Paul White.
Big
Show.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna ask you if that's who that was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always thought that was Kevin Nash.
He was so young. He was in really good shape. My
Yeah.
goodness. But yeah, no, that whole underground Santa ring.
That was great.
Yeah, it popped me, and then also the figure that he bought, speaking Spanish instead of.
It's multilingual. It's educational.
Yeah.
He took it out.
Yeah, it was top quality stuff.
At the very end, with the horrible CGI, like, it did not age well.
Oh yeah.
But the practical effects that they had in it, top notch.
Oh, so I can't remember the actor's name, but his character was Booger in Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh yeah.
And him being the dog that nobody wanted the toy of. Oh, he was perfectly cast in that role.
Booster was the figure's name.
Yeah.
Oh, what is?
But everybody knows. Like, I'll pop his picture up, the actor. But like, he just had that perfect bitter nature to him. Like,
oh yeah,
chain smoking,
like,
upset. Yeah, exactly. What are you doing? Aren't you ready for this? Oh, he was great in that small cameo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I had only ever seen this movie once before, and it was last year. Because my wife, I don't know, she grew up loving it, but I never watched it, and so she was like, oh, can I watch this? I'm like, oh, okay. And she's always one of these. Even before the channel existed, I had I don't know if it's a bad habit, but a habit nonetheless, of running my mouth about what I think of what I'm watching. And so, so much so that I ruin things that she enjoys by pointing out things that she can no longer not see. So,
Twister.
so when the movie ended, she was like on the edge of her seat. What did you think? And I was like, oh, that's a good 4 out of 5 star film. Like, I can see flaws, but I think the positive far outweigh the negative. She was like, oh, that's such a relief because a movie she
was worried about you.
Well, so yeah, exactly. Because there's this movie she loved that I'd always despised, but I didn't know why until we watched it together. Because she was like, oh, maybe you won't hate it. All right, let's go. And so she puts on Sweet Home Alabama. You guys ever watch this thing?
Yeah.
Once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she puts on this movie, and I'm going over the. I was like, I'm still got this pit in my stomach. I'm like, this is trashing. And I pause and I said, do me a favor. She's like, oh no, here we go. And I said, look up who wrote this movie because I'm telling you they're gay. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, just humor me.
Yeah.
And so she looks it up, and lo and behold, the person who wrote the movie is into dudes. And I said, this is why I hate this movie. Every woman has nothing but flaws, and every dude is nothing but perfect.
Yeah.
I said, that's how I knew that this dude was into dudes, is because all the dudes are put on pedestals, and all the women are treated like the lesser.
They're dog shit.
Yeah, I was like, and so from that point on, she was like, oh man, I can't not see it every time a woman had a flaw.
Well, I never even really thought of that in a movie.
Yeah.
It just struck me as we were watching. I was like, this is...
every time she puts on a chick flick now, I'm like, dude?
At the end of the movie, after it was over, my wife had asked me, well, what did you think of it? And I actually wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it. It's cheesier than nacho cheese and just as fake.
Oh my goodness, that's accurate.
It is not in the holiday rotation, but not a bad movie to toss in.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
And what I mean by that, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it a bad movie? No.
Right.
It's something that you could put on, catch the little parts that are entertaining, and be perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
I think we touched on it last night, like the movie you can put on TBS or TNT and just kind of watch.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Catch little bits and pieces of it. And it's one you don't have to cut a lot of stuff out of because there's really nothing bad in it.
Yeah.
So,
like explicitly.
Shockingly, there isn't.
Yeah. So what would your final grade be in the 5 the 1 to 5 area?
For an Arnold movie, I'd give it a solid 3. I think he has better movies.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
For a holiday-esque, crap, I forgot this and I have to go out and get it. It's a solid 3.5, 4.
That's cool, yeah.
Like, overall, is it bad? Yeah. But it is that good bad.
Yeah, I agree. Good bad is a great way to put it. Before we get your score, I just want to say, next week, Josiah will be here and we will review for the WWE Studio Slam Jingle All the Way 2 starring Larry the Cable Guy. And if you think Arnold Schwarzenegger going out of his way to get his child a gift is, fake cheese, just wait for Larry the Cable Guy to get her done.
Yeah. Jeez.
Damn, that's going to be like pimento cheese.
Yeah. Limburger.
Oh my goodness. So I'm a fan of Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Yeah, yeah.
But Larry acting is not exactly something I seek out.
Mm-mm.
And so
Yeah.
it was surprising, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Corey, what is your final takeaway?
I think I'm right there with Tony 3.
Yeah,
Just a good Arnold movie.
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah, I think
does
3
he
out
have
of
better?
5
Yeah,
is
he
a
has more.
fine score.
He has a lot better.
Yeah.
movies he's
Oh
been
my.
in.
Well, I think
But-
his best roles are actually,
Yeah.
He's
Terminator.
He's an
Conan.
action star.
Yeah, exactly. That's why when you leave your wheelhouse, it gets a little.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this was the right call.
Well,
Right.
Some actors can do that.
Yeah.
You know, there have been many actors that were serious. You know, that was what they were known for. And then they branched out. Look at Leslie Nielsen.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew him as serious.
Yeah, he was very.
He was a very, very serious actor.
Wait, am I thinking the right person? Isn't it Naked Gun?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. I was
Yeah.
Yep.
because
okay.
all I know of him or only thing that comes to mind is humor.
Yeah, but in the very beginning of his career, he was a very serious actor.
That's cool.
And then
Like schooled, like
That's awesome.
Yeah.
switched over to comedy.
and blew it out of the water.
And-
Oh, that's
yeah.
like Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
him and Christopher Reeve met at Juilliard,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously most people know Robin Williams as being hilarious, not serious. Although
Right.
he's good at serious too. Don't get me wrong.
I think one of the breakout roles for Robin Williams, though, on a serious note, that still had some comedy in it,
Mhm.
had to have been Good Will Hunting.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, top quality stuff.
Yep.
But thank you
Oh,
for
not a
joining
problem.
me for this review. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, come back next week as we continue to talk about Jingling all the way.